Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dear Ms. T with our host, Terry Ruel. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can you believe it's March already? I can hardly believe it. Time seems to be going so fast. We've been talking about the gifts of the inner child and why it is so helpful to heal any of our wounds from our inner child so that we can get to the gifts, because we all have these gifts and sometimes they get covered over by some of the wounds we've experienced in our childhood, and they can be healed. And today we were going to talk about the toddler and preschool age inner child gifts. I kind of combining them because they kind of overlap a lot. So each stage, of course, builds on the next. And last time we did the infant. And so today we can talk about the toddler stage and the preschool stage. And the great gifts of these stages are, this is when children, we really develop and enhance our curiosity. And I think we talked in the beginning about curiosity and a sense of awe being the greatest gifts that we bring in, I think, with us as children, and they can become even greater gifts as they are encouraged, enhanced, empowered in our childhood. And if that didn't happen for you, doing this kind of healing work, you can reparent yourself and, like I say, heal those wounds and find your gifts at a deeper and deeper level. And curiosity being such an important one because it helps us throughout our whole life to not only empower ourselves and learn fully how to live into our full capacities, but also how to always look at life with curiosity and instead of judgment, or look at others with curiosity instead of judgment, because we will learn and grow a great deal more doing that. Judgment can cut off growth, and curiosity keeps us growing. And it is a lifelong process. So in the other gifts of the toddler stage and preschool stage are also, these are where we learn balance, and which is directly related to boundaries, and also a sense of your own I amness, a sense of self. So these are vitally important developmental stages. We don't develop our roles yet, that we've talked a lot about how we can develop roles to cope with our wounds. These stages, we aren't into roles yet, but this is where it can be set up by wounding for a propensity towards one or more of the roles that we've talked about. And we can go over those if you want at the end if we have time. But balance is a lot of what we learn in toddler stage and preschool. You know, do I hold on too tightly or do I let go excessively? You see this the most prominent in potty training. Children trying to learn when to let go, when to hold on. And it's very difficult for time often for a lot of kids, because they might feel safe and secure to let go to some extent, but then they aren't able to let go maybe at night or with number two. And so they go back and forth through that, trying to figure out how to know when to let go and when to hold on. And so everything is a struggle between, is everything black or white, or is it both and? Okay, so identifying and expressing their feelings is really important during this time, because that helps them figure out that it helps us all figure out if things are black or white, and I'm okay. So if you're, and we talked about children just being a bundle of feelings, right? So if any of your feelings were okay and other ones were not okay, and this was, you took that in as a child, as it's okay to be happy, it's not okay to be sad. If those feelings were cut off in any way or shamed in any way, that's where we can get stuck in that black and white thinking, because we've internalized that, okay, only certain feelings are okay. And if I express any that aren't okay, then I'm not okay, because children don't know the difference between their feelings and who they are. It's if my feelings aren't all okay, then I'm not all okay. So how did you get to express your feelings? Were you given help to identify them? Were they all okay? Was there any toxic shaming? And this directly relates, like you say, to the struggle for self, to figure out your I amness, okay? Because children are trying at these stages to separate from mom and dad, in the sense that I am not my parents, but I am my own person, but who am I? And that over control or no control, this is where the boundaries come in. So if curiosity and these behaviors are encouraged with safety and healthy boundaries, then the child's going to start developing a healthy ego that can see a separation, that they are becoming their own person, but that they're also interrelated with everyone and everything, and their behavior affects, others either in positive or negative ways. So also this is the time where children start to model after their same-sex parent usually. And so what does a female look like? What does a male look like? What are their behaviors? How do they act? That's part of the child trying to figure out their I amness, who they are as an individual. Okay, I'm a girl, so I'm like mom, and I'm going to act like mom. Or I'm a boy, and I'm going to want to be like dad. How healthy are mom and dad's behaviors? How healthy were your role models? So far, with the infancy, we've looked at, did you feel welcomed into the world? Did you feel safe? Can you trust to get your needs met? And that will help you to the next stages, to develop a sense of self and to start developing a sense of trust, that I can start to learn when to hold on, when to let go, that I can start to know and understand my feelings as part of who I am, that I can feel safe with my even compulsive behaviors, because I will have adults there that will help me learn the healthy boundaries without shaming me. Okay, so as we grow into these stages, the ego becomes, egocentric in the way that the child is trying to figure out who they are. And that also is, they're trying to figure out the world. That's why there's why questions all the time. And so that's when it's very important for the child to be able to, like you say, be validated and not shamed for developing their ego, finding themselves, their own I amness, but also at the same time to have healthy boundaries. Children at this age aren't able to put themselves in someone else's shoes, but they are able to learn sympathy. So they may not be able to understand, and they don't ever intentionally try to be mean or hurtful because they don't understand that yet. They can't put themselves in someone else's shoes, but they can understand, like if another child is crying, they can have sympathy. They start to understand, oh, sad, and so they may go up and hug the other child and, try to make them feel better. So there's an empathy there, but it's more of a kind of a sympathy. Yet they haven't quite yet gotten, they don't get that till about 7, which, they always say that's the age of reason. That's when children can start understanding more of what it is how they affect other people as far as being able to put themselves in each other's shoes. So the meditation we're going to do today is going to start out like the first one. We always start with the preparation, and then we will go into some of the toddler and to toddler affirmations, and then into some of the preschool and the preschool affirmations. Okay, does that sound good?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, so let's all start by just sitting quietly, get comfortable, become aware of your surroundings, locate yourself in space and time. Feel your back and your bottom touching the chair you're sitting in. Feel the clothes on your body. Hear as many different sounds as you can hear. Feel the air in the room. And just for now, there's no place you have to go and nothing you have to do. You can just be here now. You can close your eyes if you haven't already. And you can start to be aware of your breathing. Feel the air as it comes in and goes out. Comes in and goes out. Be aware of how it feels in your nostrils as you breathe in and you breathe out. If you are having interrupting thoughts, that's okay. You can just notice them as if they were sentences going across your TV screen during a program, maybe announcing rains or approaching weather. The important thing is to just notice them, just allow them to pass by as you continue your breathing. You can hold on to your consciousness as much as you need or want. Or you can let go in ways that you know which will allow you to relax and you feel safe. You learn to hold on and let go as a child, and you really know just exactly how much to hold on and how much to let go. You learn that perfect balance when you learn to breathe. You learn to breathe in and hold it as long as you need to oxygenate all your blood cells. And to let go and feel the air go out. You learn to let go of hold on to your own bottle and let go of it when you were finished. You learn to hold on to the side of your crib. You learn to let go when you are ready to lie back down. You really know exactly how much to hold on and let go. And you can trust yourself to find exactly what you need for you. And now you may be feeling a kind of heaviness in your eyelids. You can just let them close tightly. You may feel a heaviness in your jaw or your arms or your hands. Or you might feel heaviness in your legs and feet. Or you may feel just the opposite, like your whole body is floating. Like your hands and arms are like feathers. You really know what you feel, heaviness or lightness. And whatever that is, it is exactly right for you. And now you can begin experiencing some childhood memories. You can remember your first school days, your best friend in those days, a kind teacher or neighbor. You can remember the house you lived in before you went to school, or the apartment or the trailer. What color was it? Did you live in the city or the country? Now you can see some of the rooms in that house. Where did you spend your time in that house? Did you have a special room? Where was the dinner table? Who's at the dinner table? What did it feel like at that table? What did it feel like to be in that house? Imagine now you're walking outside of the house and you see a little toddler playing in a sandbox. Really look at him or her and get a feeling sense of this child. What color are her eyes? What color are his eyes? What color is her hair? His hair? What is she wearing? What is he wearing? Talk to this child. Say whatever you feel like saying. Now let yourself float into the sandbox and be that little child. What does it feel like to be this small child? Looking up at the grown-up you. This grown-up you is a wise and gentle healer, a medicine woman or medicine man. And they start to tell you the following. Little, your name. It's okay to be curious, to want, to look, to touch, to taste things. I will make it safe for you to explore. I love you just the way you are, sweet girl, sweet boy. And I am here to take care of all your needs. You don't have to take care of mine. It's okay for you to be taken care of. It's okay to say no, little sweet girl or boy. I'm glad you want to be you. It's okay for both of us to be mad. We will work our problems out together. It's okay to feel scared when you do things your way. It's okay to feel sad when things don't work out for you. I will not leave you no matter what. You can be you and still count on me being there for you. I love watching you learn to walk and talk. I love watching you separate and start to grow up. I love and value you with all my heart, sweet girl, sweet boy. And now imagine yourself walking out of the sandbox. And now you're walking outside the house, and you can see your child at about age 5, and he's sitting in the backyard, or she's swinging on the swing. You walk over and you say hello. What is she wearing? What is he wearing? Does he have a doll or a teddy bear or a shovel or a car or a truck or a favorite toy that you're playing with or holding? Ask him or her what your favorite toy is. Ask him or her if he has a pet. Tell her you are here from his future and you are here to be with her or him whenever you need me. And now let yourself become that little preschool child, looking up at the big you, the wise, gentle, loving healer. See your kind, loving face. Hear the big tell the little you to come and sit on your lap if you want to, and it's okay if you don't. And now hear the big, gentle you tell little you, I love watching you grow. I will be here for you to test your boundaries and find out your limits. It's okay for you to think for yourself. You can think about your feelings and you can have feelings about what you're thinking. I like your life energy. I like your curiosity about everything. It's okay to find out the difference between boys and girls. I'll set limits for you and help you find out who you are. I love you just the way you are. It's okay for you to be different, to have your own views on things. It's okay to imagine things without being afraid they'll come true. I'll help you separate fantasy from reality. I like it that you're a boy. I like it that you're a girl. I like it that you're gay, even though your parents might not have. It's okay to cry, even though you're growing up. It's good for you to find out the consequences of your behavior. You can ask for what you want. You can ask questions if something confuses you. And you are not responsible for your parents' marriage. You're not responsible for your dad. You're not responsible for your mom. You're not responsible for the family's problems. You're not responsible if your parents divorce. It's okay to explore who you are. And just let your child feel whatever he or she feels. And now slowly become the big you again. Tell your toddler and preschool inner child that you are here now and that you will be talking to him or her a whole lot more. Tell him or her that you are the only person he will never lose and that you will never leave her. Say goodbye for now and start walking forward up memory lane. Can pass by your favorite movie place or ice cream place, past your schoolhouse, past the playground. Feel yourself coming into the present. Feel your feet wiggle. Wiggle your toes. Feel the energy coming back up through your body. Feel your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Feel the energy coming back through your body. And take a deep, deep breath. Make a sound as you exhale. Feel the energy in your face. Feel where you are sitting. The clothes on your body. And now slowly open your eyes and sit for a few minutes and just let yourself experience what you are experiencing. And later on, journal some more about your experience. Remember, you can always talk to your child again at any stage. And you can ask her or him questions with your dominant hand and answer with your non-dominant hand. And she will heal and grow, and he will become all he was created to be, all she was created to be. You are loved just the way you are. Okay, well, everybody back in their bodies?
That was beautiful.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad we didn't run out of time.
So, Terry, for those that come out of the meditation and perhaps they need some to do some more one-on-one work surrounding trauma of the preschooler and the kindergartner, how do they get a hold of you to schedule a session?
The best way is either to call me. It's 231-250-4335, or email me, and I'll post these too at pathwaysbr@hotmail.com. And I'll be sure and post those on my page.
Okay, perfect. Delmarie is sharing that she didn't have a sandbox or a crib. And at the age of 5, she felt the terror of being away from her parents and being in the huge building of the dormitory at the boarding school. So, the meditation can certainly bring up some memories that are really harsh.
Yes.
I found it also interesting that I only have one memory of my childhood before the age of 8. And what I found interesting about the meditation for myself is I didn't have a sandbox either, but I found myself sitting in grass and
Okay.
and being really comfortable in the grass and finding comfort in looking at myself as I am right now. It's amazing how much the subconscious or the conscious mind and the storage of our memories, all of those things, how much healing can come from looking at yourself from different perspectives.
Yes, and knowing that you have the power in yourself to reparent and heal your child. And you can go through these meditations and change the words to a place where you felt safe, or a place where you want to sit to do the meditation, or a place where as a child you wanted to be, like maybe in the lap of your family, in whatever, on their lap, or whatever place was a memory for you where you felt you could be with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can change those words and re-listen to it if you want, or I'm happy to do that with people, to do their own personal stories, you know, really can help make a big difference too. And of course, the more severe the trauma, the more we have to really make sure we feel safe. And if we need to be doing that with someone else that we feel safe with, that's very important too.
Right. Because sometimes we can uncover things that maybe we've forgotten for multiple purposes.
Yeah.
But, and the other thing, would you talk about, if you would please, about the fact that there is no shame or blame or any of that in getting assistance for things that happened in your childhood, even though we're adult.
Exactly. Yes, because there's no way that any of us really can do all the work ourselves. We all need someone to be able to process with. I mean, even if it's a friend, it has to be someone that validates our experience and listens and can hold that space for us, because that's what we didn't have as a child through our traumas. We were alone, and so, or with a perpetrator. So it really helps the healing greatly. In fact, that's why, you know, 12-step groups and groups are so healing, because the more faces we have, the more people we have that validate our experience, validate our feelings, have our compassion for us, the more we heal and the deeper we heal.
And for those that maybe have discovered through the meditations that perhaps they have, because of their trauma, you know, none of us are perfect parents. I remember my daughter saying, "Are you sure you want me to go to therapy? Because I might tell people some stuff about you." And I said to her, "Well, if you need to tell people some stuff about me to help you, you go right ahead." And she did. But
very good.
Sometimes as parents, we need to be okay with the fact that we weren't perfect parents, and maybe we were acting from the place of the 5-year-old.
Exactly. And to know that we struggled with that because we were shamed for not being perfect. You know, there's expectation in our culture that, you know, we're supposed to always make the right choice and know the right thing to do and do it perfectly. And if we don't, then there's something wrong with us. It's, you know, that difference between I made a mistake and I am a mistake.
Ooh.
When we know that it's okay to make mistakes, that that's human, and that we, can only do from what we know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that I am a mistake or that I am, flawed in a way that is, unforgivable. And that is where the healthy and healing of the toddler and the preschooler helps us so much, because if we see that we're separate but interrelated, that we were, wounded in our own particular ways because of how it affected us as an individual, but that we're all interrelated and we all are affected by all these traumas, and we've all made mistakes, and that is the part of being human, and that's okay. That what matters is that we keep trying to heal and grow as best we can.
Exactly.
And that's the greatest gift we can give our children, is our own healing.
Yes. Del Marie is saying, I am still healing and will forever be healing, but to talk about it is part of the healing, just exactly what you just said, Terry.
Yes, I really believe that's true, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for an incredible experience today, Terry. And thank you to everyone who is listening in from wherever you happen to be around Grandmother Earth. Terry does have her own page on Facebook called Dear Ms. T. So go ahead and like it. And Terry is so good at posting follow-up things to help with the process of what she presents during her monthly podcast. Thank you for that, Terry.
Thank you. Thank you all. It's a privilege.
Have a beautiful day, everyone. Have a beautiful day, Terry.
Thank you. God bless.